Welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, broadcasting live from Lagos. Here are the stories making our headlines this hour. The president visits prominent monarchs in Kano, Osun and Oyo states. President Goodluck Jonathan says he's striving to tackle security challenges in the country. Prosecutors and defendants argue about alleged jailbreak plans of convicted Niger Delta militant leader Henry Oka in South Africa. Officials of Lafarge Cement in Ogun State say that emissions from their factory has reduced to the barest minimum. And the UN mediator apologizes to the Syrian people as peace talks in Geneva end without progress. Remember, all our top stories can be found on our website, ChannelsTV.com, and on YouTube.com/channelsweb. But to get us on the move, then you must visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. And also interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android and Windows 8 platforms. So if you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap on the application on your device, swipe to review the Eyewitness menu, then follow the instructions to share your report, pictures and your videos. Speaking of which, one of those videos barely a day after an eyewitness from Santos Estate in Akowanjo, Dopemu area of Lagos sent us this picture of a half-fallen electricity pole in his area. Officials of the Ikeja Disco have swung into action. When our reporter visited the area this morning to ascertain the true state of the report, it was discovered that the half-fallen pole has been removed and replaced with a new one. However, a resident in the estate who spoke to us said the job was poorly done as a few cables were not properly fixed to the pole, giving the impression the job was executed in a hurry.
Actually, before the pole fell down, we've been having issues of light. It's, I think, approximately 2 weeks before the pole incident happened. And actually, when it happened, we called the PSCN people to come and see what happened. They came and isolated the line, actually, but they left the pole for more than 1 week, getting to 2 weeks. So I don't really know. I just came back from work yesterday and I found out they fixed it. I didn't even saw how the pole was. I think it was very risky. Actually, not only for the residents of this place, but entirely the estate as a whole. So, but to me, I thank God that they came finally to fix it. But what I want is, I don't really know, if you look at the job itself, you see that it's not really a good job. There is no stair on the pole, and there are no crossing beam to hold the line. So I'm not sure they will restore the light if the thing continues to be like this.
And to the impact of insurgency in northeastern Nigeria, a civil society organization alleges that 75% of the indigents of southern Borno State have fled to Cameroon following recent attacks launched on them by the Boko Haram sect. The coordinator of the Minority Interest Rights Project, NIMR, made this claim today during a workshop for leaders of ethnic minorities in the north, jointly organized by Gatestone Institute, New York, and Stephanus Foundation here in Nigeria. The group is also dissatisfied with slots given to the ethnic minorities in the national conference being packaged by the federal government. In one of the latest assaults, the Boko Haram group left the people of Konduga town in grief after an attack on a police station. Houses and mosques left scores of people dead. The sect members also took hostage some 20 young women from a local college. The Borno State's governor, Kashim Shettima, who visited Konduga village, told reporters that up to 70% of the town has been destroyed. Governor Shettima also pledged 100 million naira for emergency materials. The Peace and Reconciliation Revival, a non-governmental organization, has distributed flood food and other relief materials for a group of beggars in Kaduna State, with an appeal to the state government to take the issue of social security seriously. At their makeshift settlement along Kano Road in the metropolis, where they received the food items, the beggars lamented that the state government is not paying attention to their welfare. The beggars say they will not stop begging and leave the streets when government empowers them with a means of livelihood.
One major problem that Kaduna and indeed other northern states face daily is that of the increasing number of beggars and begging in most parts of the state. Investigations show that there are at least no fewer than 200,000 beggars in Kaduna State alone. From Kaduna metropolis to Kafanchan and Zaria, they are found along the major streets and roundabouts, places of worship and markets. Pastor Yohana Buru, a founder of a non-governmental organization, is quite worried about the development.
These are human beings like us, and they entrusted these people into the hands of whether poverty alleviation or women affairs, but as if there's nothing being budgeted or there's nothing being given to them or they're not cared of. I want to say this: whosoever is in that position that God has placed him, they have an account to give before God one day, because these people are people that God has blessed them and brought them to the society, but they neglected them.
Despite the various poverty alleviation programs initiated by the state government, these groups, whose daily means of survival depends largely on begging, say it has not affected their lives positively in any way. They also allege being discriminated against by government and now want their own share of the cake.
But one of the problems we do encounter is discrimination, segregation. So we want to see a situation where wherever there is any occasion, let us be recognized as full members of the society. I think this has been my plight, and I have been using the medium of media to make sure I sensitize the society, government in particular, to make sure persons with disability carry along in all aspects of life.
The Kaduna state government does not, however, agree that it's insensitive to the plight of these beggars. They insist that a lot has been done to improve the lives of the underprivileged in the state. The Director General on Media and Publicity to the Kaduna State Government, Mr. Ahmed Meyaki, adds that those who are not physically handicapped don't have any reason to beg.
I must say with all sense of responsibility that the present administration in Kaduna State is indeed very concerned about all and sundry, including the less privileged, and that is why His Excellency has always admonished wealthy individuals in the society to extend this hand of friendship to further complement the effort of government.
Many people in Kaduna State today live on less than $1 per day, and for a state that is aiming to conquer poverty and reduce crime, the projection is that the plight of the downtrodden at both urban and rural areas must be looked into by government.
The Federal House Committee on Environment has asked for the redesigning of the Sakamori drainage and a review of the cost of the ongoing dredging project at Fege, Onitsha, Anambra State. A chairman of the committee and member representing Anocha, Njikoka and Dunukofia in the House of Representatives, Honorable Uche Ekunife, made this request when the committee inspected the Sakamori project at Fege, Onitsha, accompanied by the Anambra State Governor, Mr. Peter Obi.
The project was awarded in November 2011 at the contract sum of 1.2 billion naira and was expected to have been completed by June last year. Inspecting the project at Fege, Onitsha, what greeted the committee members was a drainage filled with refuse. The drainage was filled with both solid and liquid waste and has become a haven for pigs. The state governor who accompanied the committee members explained the difficulties posed by the drainage and the various efforts from the state until the federal government intervened.
Why the federal government awarded the contract, the scope of the work is far above the contract sum, everything, and they are here to look at it and say to themselves, and help in assisting our member state to ensure that this job is completed. Sakamori drain is the most important drain in the entire region.
The committee chairman raised out the terms of inspection and demands answers to questions concerning the execution of the project.
The essence of this visit is to ensure that taxpayers' funds are utilized judiciously, and also to know and see that the contractor is doing the work according to the stipulated terms and conditions, and also that he abides by the tenets of the contractual agreement.
What we saw there was not what we expected. In some places you find out that we need to met marshy grounds, so like a swamp if you're walking in the Niger Delta. If you take from the end of Port Harcourt Road down to this, we will use swamp and no excavation. And we will calculate the cost of a swamp a day. The cost is ordinary normal excavation.
The contractor said that 80% of the project has been completed, while only 65% cost has been paid to him. He said he has written to relevant authorities on the need for the scope of the project to be widened to ensure a total and permanent solution to the flooding menace. Summarizing the committee's findings, the chairman stated that the entire essential components of the project that would really check flooding and erosion in the area were not captured in the present contract, and made clear that except the second phase of the project is well designed and awarded soon enough to provide a permanent solution to the environmental challenge, the first effort would soon be devastated by flooding. She also said the Ecological Fund has the responsibility to ensure that the project was comprehensively and effectively executed to serve the desired purpose. Honorable Ekunife also told the contractor that he had outstanding payment of 202 million naira and asked him to work with speed while the second phase process undergoes consideration.
Still ahead on the news at 10, medical experts proffer advice on how to prevent the deadly disease known as cancer. That's now focus on health for a second. Do join us again.